Okay, now we are going to be moving on to step 3 of our project. We are going to be making the smaller waves down here, the boat, and the signature stamp. Okay, so we have quite a few steps to go through. This may take us more than one class period to finish, which is fine. Remember, we're going to be using size difference, overlapping, and layering and placement to create the illusion of space in our artwork. Okay, so the first step is we are going to be making these waves down here. So we have a 17 by 5 piece of paper. Notice the papers are all different sizes, just to keep it, to make you successful in your size difference. Alright, so I just started drawing some waves at the top of my paper and just kept creating different layers of waves. They can be this way. It really doesn't matter. Everybody's will be a little bit different. I forgot, we have to put our name on the back of our paper first. Okay. Alright, once we have everything drawn, I would like you to go on to the next step. The next step is your boat. Okay? This is what it looks like. You're going to write your name on the back of your paper. And we are going to draw this boat. I would like you to try to make it as wide as the paper. It's got to be big enough that we can layer it under the waves and still be able to see it. I know when I taught this before, some of the kids were making super skinny boats, like about that big, and that is not big enough. It needs to be fairly wide. These, I think, are like the seats. Alright, and then we are going to be coloring that in, and then we are going to make our signature stamp. I'm going to save that for just a minute. So, we're going to continue to use crayons to color this the same way. Going to outline nice and dark and color in. I left quite a bit of white, or I added quite a bit of white into my bottom waves, which I will show you in a minute. So basically what I did, I just outlined this with white, and then I am going to get the next color that I want to use, and I'm kind of making a line where I want to color it white with this crayon. Okay, so I'm going to color all of this part with the dark blue, and I'm going to color the top of it with the white. Yes, sometimes the blue gets mixed in, and that's okay because I even added some extra blue to these waves, so that is just fine. Alright, so you get the idea, and then I would use this crayon, color down here, and I want you to use really good craftsmanship. Remember, just like the great wave, I want you to kind of color it in the shape of your wave. So this wave is kind of going like this, so I'm going to color it like that. Alright, so try to color it in that direction. On this next part, I would use another color, of course, to outline. I would really do all of your outlining first, so that way you kind of know which colors go where, and then color it in. If you make a mistake, you can either, if it's with the pencil, of course, you can use the eraser to fix that. If you make a mistake coloring, you're going to have to use the crayon and try to color over it and fix the mistake. Same thing for the boat. For the boat, I used gray and this light brown, it's called burnt sienna. So I outlined everything and then colored it in. I am going to, for fast purposes, show you the finished product. Okay, so here are my waves. You can see where I added a lot of white to them, and I layered them dark blue, turquoise, regular blue, Pacific blue. So that is that part, and here is my finished boat. All right, I outlined some of the things in gray and then used that brown crayon. And then the last thing is we are going to work on this signature stamp. This is a little bit different. We're not using crayon for this. We are going to use a superfine Sharpie like this, and we are going to use a stamp. I have this stamp that we are going to use. It's actually a Chinese character. I wished I had Japanese ones, but this is a Chinese character and it says love, and so you're actually going to be stamping it. You notice that on this one there's like a line all around it. I used my Sharpie to create a line. I'm going to go on the back side of this, just a little ways away from the edge. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I took my stamp pad. I have a Chinese character for each person. I will be passing them out, and we will be sharing the stamp pads. So tables 1 and 2 can start with the stamp pad, and then we'll pass it to the tables behind us. It doesn't take long. All you need to do is stamp it down and put it on. If it doesn't end up being exactly perfect, that is just fine. Okay, take it off, and there is my stamp. The next thing I want you to do is to write your name on here. I'm writing it sideways. Just like so. So that is how we make our signature stamp. Okay. If you make a mistake on your stamp, we're just going to let it ride. I don't care if it's perfect or not, but make sure that you have your name on it. We'll just do the best job that we can. When we are finished, now we're getting into some smaller pieces, so I want you to stack everything together. And we will be using our art room jobs to collect everything today. So we'll be collecting these and putting them in the bin and get our table materials ready to be collected. Alright, so that is the end of step number 3. Thank you.